Hello, everyone, and how are you all doing tonight? Welcome, 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 welcome to the official virtual launch of The Runner's Live, which is my latest work. So, welcome into the space. I am excited that you all have chosen to come in and spend about an hour with me tonight. This is going to be the official launch. I know that the book tour has started and some of you already have copies of the book, but this is the official launch. And so I'm going to be talking to you all about this book. I am going to invite you all to ask all of your questions. If you already have a copy of your book, go ahead and pull it out because we are going to be talking about it tonight. So, as you all are coming on in, I'm going to say good evening, everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome to the official virtual book launch of The Runner's Live. If you are brand spanking new to this space, I'm Angel Charmaine, and I am so glad that you decided to spend this evening with me. Tonight, we're celebrating more than just a book release, everybody. We are celebrating stories, we're celebrating truth, and the power of breaking free from lies that we tell ourselves. I'm going to go over here in the comment section and see who is in the building tonight. Don't forget, we are leaders, not lurkers. So if you are here, please let me know that you're here. Say hello in the chat and let me know from where you're watching, what city, what state, what country. I would absolutely love to know who is all in the building. So go ahead and drop in the chat where you are joining from and let me know what your name is so that I can say hi to you before we officially get started tonight. I would also like to know if you already have a copy of The Runner's Lie. If you've got your copy, let me know in the chat if you are already on Team The Runner's Lie, meaning you already got your copy. Maybe you've even started reading. I don't know. Let me know. Hello, Harold Bed's Thoughts. How are you doing, sis? It's good to see you. I hope you had a really good event today at the Melanin Market. Thank you for taking some time to come on in here. We are not going to be here all night, y'all. I slated an hour for this launch. And so we're going to be about business tonight. Okay. So come on in. Hello, Taishika. Hey. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I've already seen you today as well. We shared space not too long ago. Just let me say, I have had a full day today. Did you all get an opportunity to catch me live on WJBF News Channel 6 this morning, 9 a.m. live? If you got an opportunity to see it live, then put it in the chat. Let me know. Hello, Rep Grader. How you doing? Thank you so much for coming on over. You are one of my brand new TikTok besties. And so I appreciate you for coming on over into this YouTube space to chop it up with us tonight. Rep Grader. I like that. Over there it said Rep G. I didn't know what the G stood for, but Rep Grader. I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for coming on over. Latoya Washington. Hello, sis. How are you doing? Shout out to Broken Vessels Podcast. Latoya Washington is the host of Broken Vessels Podcast, and I will be stopping at Broken Vessels Podcast on the Breaking Free book tour. So y'all make sure you're looking out for that. I will be on the podcast in October. So if you do not know where I'm going to be at, all you have to do is go to angelcharmaine.com. That is my official author website. The tour schedule is there, and everything else you need to know about me as an author is on that site. So go ahead and check it out. So we've got Taishika is in South Carolina. We've got Harold Thought says, yep. I think I clicked on the wrong one. Y'all are talking, so it keeps jumping. Rep Grader is in North Carolina. Listen, Rep Grader, I'm gonna be coming to Charlotte, North Carolina on the book tour. So I'm currently in the book tour for the Runners Live, and it's called the Breaking Free Tour for the Runners Live. I'm going to be in Charlotte. I am one of the keynote speakers for a conference that is going to be, it's called the Latter Rain Conference. It's going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I will be there coming in October. So I'm not really sure where you are in North Carolina, but hey, if you actually like to meet in person and you're somewhere close to Charlotte, I welcome you to come on to the Latter Rain Conference and kick it with us. Okay, so Harold Bad Stars was saying, yep, so she caught me live. She absolutely did. She recorded the whole thing. I contacted her. I was like, sis, if you're going to be watching it, can you record it for me? She recorded it. And so what you all see on this YouTube channel, shout out to Harold Bad Thoughts, my sister friend, my Speak Up Sis sister. She made sure that she recorded it because it was live, so that I could have a copy of it. So I really appreciate you, sis. Latoya said, yes, you look fabulous on the news. Hey. Thank you so much. Listen, all day today, everywhere I went today, there was someone who was like, I saw you on the news this morning. I saw you on TV. I saw you. I was like, yes. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much. I'm glad you are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's good, Latoya Dr. Mac? And she is doing what it is that she knows to do. So I'm going to be talking to Latoya Dr. Mac. I'm going to be talking about her tonight anyway. But this is Dr. Latoya Jeter McElroy. And I'm going to be talking to you all about her and Rainique Publishing when I talk to you all about the Runners Live debuting as a Amazon bestseller #1. So I'm going to talk to y'all about her in just a moment. And thank you so much, Latoya, for sharing. I love this. Let me just show y'all. Let me show y'all what she does. She comes in and she just starts like tagging everybody. She's like, y'all get in here, get in here, get in here. So I welcome you all to please invite your family, your friends, your loved ones, any woman you know who needs to stop telling herself lies needs to be in this conversation tonight. Okay. I see another one of my sisters, Ashana Alexander. How you doing? Hey, sis. I love you. Thank you so much. You're probably working. So I appreciate you for coming on in and chopping it up with us just a little bit. Yeah, see, now you talking my kind of talk, Rep Greater. Greater is he that is in me than he who is in the world. Now you talking my kind of talk. Yes. I see. I like you already, sis. Shonda Thompson, thank you so much for the congratulations. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for coming on tonight. We are going to have a really robust conversation tonight about the lies that women tell ourselves, what we tell ourselves to keep from sitting still and acknowledging that God is real, that he is God, and allowing him to do what he needs to do. One of the things that we don't do well is wait. We don't wait well. We don't. We running, we moving, we doing. And this book is all about learning how to sit still, know that he is God, wait well on the Lord, and be obedient to do what he tells you to do, even when it's hard, right? Even when life starts to happen. So that's what we're gonna be talking about tonight as I talk to you all about the Runners Live. Hey, Denise Speaks Winley. Thank you so much for the congratulations. Thank you for coming in to the conversation tonight. I really appreciate you. Thank you so, so much. What you say? Oh, look at she's on here from 2 pages, y'all. She said, I came over here. This one stays on my phone. That's what's up. That is what's up. See, I knew it. Look, Ashana said, I am working. I love you too. I already knew she was working. I already knew it. But I thank you for taking a few moments out of your time to come and chop it up with your big sis on tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this. If y'all see me looking around, because you already know I have notes to make sure that I keep myself on track, because I get long-winded, and I told y'all I don't want to keep y'all here all night. All right. So let's go ahead and wait a minute. Did y'all answer whether or not you got the book? Put runner in the chat if you already have your copy. Put the word runner in the chat if you already have your copy of The Runner's Lie. If you have your copy, put runner in the chat. I want to know who has actually gotten a copy, and if y'all have started reading at all. I want to know who's in the audience tonight. If you are brand spanking new here and you don't know what book we're talking about, this is the book right here. It is called The Runner's Lie: 10 Lies Women Tell Themselves to Avoid Life's Challenges. This is the book that we are talking about tonight. So come on. Okay, I see you. Tashika says runner. Harold Bed's Thought says runner. Shonda says runner. Latoya says runner. Okay, that's what's up. So we got some people already in the building who've already gotten it. I see you, Rep Greater. You said I want it. So we're going to see if after tonight, after this conversation, if you're going to be like, hey, yeah, I think I need to get that. CC, how you doing, Cecilia? Cecilia says runner. Denise says not yet. No worries, sis. We getting into it, okay? We getting ready to get into it tonight. So let's go ahead and jump into this conversation tonight, y'all. So this book right here, this book is part of my Conversational Narrative Series. Some of you may already know Speak with Chic and When I Met Him, and now The Runner's Lie takes its place alongside them. Now, if you are brand spanking new to me, it is important that you all understand that I do not write books like textbooks, okay? It doesn't read like a textbook. It doesn't even read like a traditional self-help book, y'all. That's not what I write. It feels like sitting down with your big sis or sitting down with a best friend, sitting down with a girlfriend and having some real talk, right? And talking about the things that we typically don't talk about. My books are like self-help books that give you a mirror instead of the answers. So if you're used to reading, Dale Carnegie, right? You're used to reading all of the books, How to Eat a Frog and all this other kind of stuff, and you're used to someone giving you the answers. You're used to them giving you 10 steps to living your best life. If you do A, B, C, and D, then your life is going to be so wonderful. That's not what you're going to get. The Runner's Lie and none of the books that I write, especially in the Conversational Narrative Series, none of them give you answers. The truth is, I don't have the answers. I am a woman who at 40 years old, the Lord led off her traditional career. That's right. If you are brand new into this space, in January of 2018, I heard the Lord say, are you going to come out on the water with me? And I said, yes. And so by July of 2018, I had resigned from my, at the time, 17 plus year career in education and advocacy. I let everything go. I sold everything that I had. I got rid of where we were living. I got rid of everything for a couple weeks. My son and I didn't have anything. Everything I owned was inside of my truck, and we slept on the floor of a good friend of mine. And I said, one day I'm going to write the book, 40-year-old hips don't belong on wooden floors. One day I'm going to write that book. But that is what I did following the Lord. And then I ended up moving back home to Augusta, Georgia. And by September 2018, Speak Up Sis was born. And Speak Up Sis was the community that I needed. God allowed me to create for other women what I needed for myself. And for the past 7 years, I have been building Speak Up Sis, doing what the Lord wants me to do with Speak Up Sis. But during that time, I was also writing books. So The Runner's Lie is actually my 6th publication. It's the 3rd book in my Conversational Narrative Series, but it is actually the 6th printed publication that I have created. And so none of the work that I produce gives you answers. What I heard the Lord say to me way back in 2018 is that he was going to use me to allow you all to see him at work. You all get an opportunity to see God's hand and his heart at work in real time in my life. So my books are bite-sized. I like to call them bite-sized. They are bite-sized powerhouses. They are packed with truth. They're packed with hard things. And I share my journey as I am journeying. So instead of getting to 50, 60 years old and writing this memoir of all these wonderful things and all these lessons learned, the Lord allows me to share my journey with you as I am journeying. And so each one of the books in the Conversational Narrative Series has 10 conversational narratives, short pieces of prose, and each book is surrounding a specific theme. So Speak with Sheep, One Woman, 10 Truths, the first book, is all about self-acceptance, self-esteem, self-love. The second book, When I Met Him, is all about cycles and relationships. I share 10 short stories about 10 different men that I've encountered in my life. And this third book in the series, The Runner's Lie, I share 10 lies in the form of scenarios that women tell themselves in order to keep running and not face the hard things. So this is the Runner's Lie. This is the series that it's a part of, and this is why this is why I started writing and what I write about. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? I'm gonna go to the chat. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Let's see. How best the perfect size for me? Yes, they are. So let me just say, The Runner's Lie and all of the Conversational Narrative Series, none of them are more than 70 pages. They're between about 35 to 70 pages, depending on the book, depending on, which one you get. They're all bite-sized. And some people, you may pick it up and go, this isn't much, but I guarantee you that as soon as you see yourself, you kind of got to sit with it. Most women that talk to me after they've read my work, they're like, it was a lot. This little book is a lot. Today, I sat next to a 70-year-old woman and her daughter, and she was like, we were crying. We were crying. You were saying things that her daughter said. You said things that I think that I just never say. She was like, it was like I was reading my own thoughts. And that's exactly what these books do. They show you. You won't read these books and go, oh, that's Angel's life. Oh, that happened to Angel. No, you won't. You will read them and you will see you. If anything, you will hear my voice. It'll be like we're having a conversation, but it won't be a conversation about me. It will be me sharing my story and you seeing yourself on the pages. I know if you've never read any of my work, you're like, how in the world does she do that? What does she mean? I guarantee you, when you pick the book up and start to read, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Denise says, yes, I love them. Absolutely. Halberd says it packs a punch or two. I know, right? Like a 1-2. That's what's up, Ashana. She said, ordered my copy. That is what's up. If you all see at the bottom, it says order your copy of The Runner's Lie today. You can go to angelcharmaine.com. When you click the link, it's going to take you to the Amazon page. If you have Kindle Unlimited, you can get it for $0 with your Kindle Unlimited plan. The ebook is only $2.99, and the actual paperback is $14.99. So there's a cost for everybody's budget. You got free, you got $2.99, you got $14.99. Get in where you fit in. I am asking that if you all will at least grab an ebook copy tonight while I'm on here during this hour. I would absolutely love for the launch night, for us to hit that #1 bestseller again. And I'm going to talk to y'all about that in just a second. So if you haven't already grabbed a copy, if you'll go to angelcharmaine.com, click the link for The Runner's Lie, it'll take you to the Amazon page. You can grab and download the ebook. It's only $2.99, and be a part of helping us to reach that status again tonight. Okay. Tashika says that would be, I need a script. Okay, Tashika, I'm lost. I think I'm seeing this too late because I don't know what you're referencing, sis. I have no idea what you're referencing. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to keep on moving. Going to keep moving. I don't want to get sidetracked here. Let me get back to my notes. So here's a little something that humbled me, and I am honored to share with you all. And that is that The Runner's Lie, it debuted as a new release, a #1 new release in self-help short reads on Amazon. And I have to give a big shout out to Dr. Latoya Jeter McElroy. She created this best-selling authors consultation. Now, y'all have to know me. I told you, I have been self-publishing my work since January 10, 2018, when I published my very first work. I taught myself how to be a self-published author back in 2018. I didn't have a book coach. I didn't know anything about writing books. I didn't know anything about self-publishing, and the Lord just showed me what to do, taught me all the things, led me all the places, do all the studying. So I don't do well with people who come to tell me they're going to help me do things I feel like I already know how to do, right? But one thing I had not done, and that was to reach best-selling status of any of my books via Amazon. Now, Speak with Chic is my best-selling book. It sells all the time. People are always buying Speak with Chic, One Woman, 10 Truths. However, it still had not ever reached #1 status in Amazon. So I decided that I would take Latoya up on her offer to take her consultation and see how it goes. Now, you got to know me to know that I'm not going to shout it out. I'm not going to support it. I'm not going to tell anybody about anything that does not work. I do not put my John Hancock on anything that I cannot properly co-sign. So I told her, I didn't tell anybody that I was going through her consultation, because if it didn't work, I was not going to be putting her out there talking about go work with her. And I love her. She my little sis, but this is just how I do business. So I'm so excited. I'm so humbled. I'm so honored to be able to say that out of all 6 of my published works, The Runner's Lie is the only one that has reached #1 bestseller on the Amazon charts. And it has done it twice. And it has consistently been in the top 100 as well since I released it. Since I published it and released it on September 6th of this year. So I just want to make sure that I give a proper shout out to Dr. Latoya Jeter McElroy. And I also want to say thank you to all of you who went out, grabbed the book as soon as it was released. You were like, hey, I need to get that. And you went and got it, because you all are the reason that it ever gets #1. Anytime anyone's book hits #1 in Amazon, that's because people are downloading that book. Okay. So I thank you for all of you who believed in me. And then they told me about it during the Speak Up Sis Award. So I didn't even know that it had hit #1. I didn't know that people were downloading the book. I didn't know, but I am humbled and I am excited about it. So that ranking doesn't just belong to me. That ranking belongs to all of you as well. So I appreciate you and I thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay? Now, let's get into this book. Let's get into this book. And I want to talk to you all about what a runner is. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. When you saw the cover of the book and you saw the title of the book, The Runner's Lie, what did you think about first? When you saw the title, The Runner's Lie, what were your initial thoughts? What did you think this book was going to be about? Or what do you think it's going to be about if you haven't read it already? You are so welcome, Latoya Dr. Mac, and thank you, sis. If you go to angelcharmaine.com, as soon as you open it up, I believe to the right, you'll see the book and there'll be a link right there. If you click that link, it'll take you to it. Okay, Taishika. Yes, I understand. She says that would be, I need a script. No, I do not have any answers for y'all. I don't. I am a 48-year-old woman. I am close in age to many of you. We've had very similar life experiences, and I am in this journey called life right along with you. I am simply a woman that the Lord has called out to walk with him. I love God with everything that is within me. And I simply do what he tells me to do. And as I do that, as I simply follow him, as I sacrifice, as I'm obedient, as I study, as I fast and pray and all the things, then he simply teaches me. He continues to lead and guide. And so as I learn and I am released from a lot of things, as I get deliverance from things, the Lord allows me to write these little books in order to help you all to find your way as well. So, no, I ain't got no answers, but I can definitely show you yourself by showing you me. Okay, so we've got a response here. The cover makes you think about literally running. Yes. And let me just say, there are people, and I was one of them, there are people who literally run from life's hard things. Literally. I have literally left a marriage. I left my city, my home. I left my country and moved to a different country. I left a continent, moved to a different continent. I switched jobs, relationships. I was physically running, packing up and leaving. And so there are some of us who literally get up and physically move so that we don't have to deal with things. One of the lies in the book is all I need is a fresh start. And the truth is, there are some people who every time life gets really heavy, if they make lots and lots of mistakes, they just feel like if I just get a fresh start, I'm gonna be okay. They will literally pack up everything and just leave. Pack up everything and leave. They go to that city. Now I'm sick of this state. And I'm gonna go to that state. And I'm gonna go. And there are literally women who are nomadic simply because they refuse to sit still and deal with the hard things that are happening in their lives. So physical running, actually physically getting up and going someplace, yeah, that's a whole thing. That's a whole thing. And there are lots of women who do that. Now, mind you, if you are a man and you happen to be listening in, these lies are lies that men tell themselves too, but you have to know that my ministry is with women. So I focus a lot of my attention on women because that is what I have been called to do. However, I know if you are a man and you're watching this, then you may be able to relate to some of these lies as well. All right. So let's take a look at some of the lies in this book. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of them. And I'm going to try to go through some of these without like doing any spoilers, because I want you all to be able to experience this firsthand without me, messing that up for you. So the 10 lies that are covered in this book. The first one is, I'll deal with it later. Have you ever told yourself, I'll deal with it later, just to keep from having to acknowledge something difficult, to keep from having to deal with something in that moment? Have you said, I'll deal with it later? Can anyone relate to that lie? I know I can. I guess I can relate to all 10 of them. Harold Badstall said, my husband and I ran from state to state for many years looking for a fresh start, only to find, tell me what you found, Harold Badstall. What did you find in every state? You were looking for a fresh start, but what did you find? Tell us what you found, sis. So I'll deal with it later is a lie that we cover in the book. There's something better. Have you ever said there's something better? You know what? I don't have to put up with this. I'm not settling for this. There's something better than this, right? I know y'all are probably thinking, how is that a lie, Angel? Because the truth is that the grass is not always greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. That part. The grass is greener where you fertilize it. The grass is greener where you water it. The grass is greener where you take care of it. Exactly. She said she found the same thing she left behind in the previous state. Because the truth is that you take you everywhere. You take you everywhere. And oftentimes the common denominator is self, right? So another lie that we cover in the runner's lie is, I don't have time for this. Have y'all ever said, I don't have time for this? It's a lie. You do have time. We all get 24 hours in a day. We all get the same 24 hours. We all get 7 days a week. We all get 365 a year, 366 on a leap year. We all have the time. It's whether or not you want to make the time. It's whether or not you value the thing enough to carve out time for it, right? Oftentimes when we just don't want to cope, we just don't want to deal, it's like, I don't even have time for this. I don't even want to talk about it right now. Thinking that, I don't know why we think it's just going to disappear or it's just going to go away. Like, if I don't deal with it right now, I'm never going to have to deal with it again. It's a lie. It's a lie that we tell ourselves to keep from dealing with the hard things. Another lie that I cover in this book is, ignore it and it will go away. If I just pretend I don't see it. I don't know if are any of these resonating with anybody at this point. Are y'all going, yeah, I think I did that one. Yeah, I've told myself that. Yeah. Okay, I see. Rep Gerda says yes. Ignore it and it will go away is a lie. It's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. In fact, it's probably going to snowball. It's probably just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So ignore it and it'll go away is a lie. Another lie that I cover in the book is, almost is good enough. Almost is good enough. I know some of you are thinking, is that, I don't know, what does she mean by that? What in the world does she mean by that? Almost is good enough. It's a lie. It's a lie. Almost is not enough. Almost is not good enough. Oftentimes when we are afraid of success, oftentimes when we are afraid of standing in greatness, oftentimes when for whatever reason we think that we can't be excellent, right, almost becomes good enough. And it's limited thinking. It is limited thinking. Oftentimes it's based on what someone has said about you, it's based on what people have told you, right? And so almost is it just becomes good enough, but it's a lie. It is a lie straight from the pits of hell. Here's a big one, and this is the one that I mentioned today while I was on the news. A lie that women tell ourselves is, I'm okay. I'm okay. And you're not. Yesterday, I saw on Facebook this young lady, a young mom who she was on live, and she was telling everybody on live that I guess she had an argument with her mother. She was saying her children's father wasn't helpful, and I just imagine at some point she said, like, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm gonna be all right. We say it all the time, I'm gonna be all right, I'm gonna be all right, I'm gonna be all right. And it's just not the truth. I'm okay sometimes is a lie. I'm okay sometimes is a lie that keeps us from having to sit down and be vulnerable. Why? Because the last time I sat down and said something to somebody, they use it against me. The last time I tried to get help, they act like they didn't care. Like all sorts of things. There are all sorts of reasons why we get to I'm okay and we don't, and we're not okay. But the truth is that oftentimes I'm okay. It's just a big fat lie. And I address that lie in this book because I want you to address that lie. Sometimes I'm not okay is the truth. I'm not okay. I'm not strong today. I wasn't strong yesterday. I wasn't strong last week, right? Last month when you said I was strong, I wasn't strong then either. I'm not okay. Sometimes we say I'm okay because we don't want to hear someone else tell us they can't help us, right? I can tell y'all about me. When I was sitting in a place of I'm okay, I felt like if I tell you what's going on, you can't help me anyway. That's me. If I tell you that I'm not okay, can you help me? Can you make it okay? No? Then there's no need for me to talk to you about it. I'm going to tell you, the enemy is so tricky. So tricky. But let me tell you, sometimes just having the conversation about why you're not okay is a breath of fresh air. It is helpful. Exactly. Harold Bass says, I'm good. That I'm good. I'm okay. It's a lie. Y'all excuse Jax because he's in his crate and he don't want to be. I don't need anyone. I don't need anyone is another line. I think it goes hand in hand with I'm okay. I just need a fresh start. It's too good to be true. Now, when you all read that one, I think that one might grab you a little bit. It's too good to be true is a lie that has really ripped apart especially relationships in my life. It's too good to be true. It's too good to be true breeds self-sabotage. But it's a lie. It's a lie. I'm telling you. It can be good and it can be true all at the same time. It can be good, it can be true, and it can be yours all at the same time. So this idea that it's just too good to be true is a lie straight from the pits of hell, which causes many women to live out these self-fulfilling prophecies where we self-sabotage things. And then we go, see, I told you it wasn't going to work. I told you it was too good to be true. No, it wasn't too good to be true. You just did some things to jack it up. You say I sound like your daughter, sis? Telling you, stubborn. And then the last one, the 10th lie that's covered in here is no one understands. I think no one cares, no one understands, and I'm okay. I think they work together to really keep you bound. Because if you believe that no one understands, then you'll walk around saying, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Why? Because you're not going to understand if I tell you anyway. And you know what? None of y'all care anyway. So I'm good, I'm okay. See? These lies start to weave webs and trap you. And once you believe one, it becomes that much easier to believe the others. Now, let me say that these 10 lies are not the only lies that we tell each other. These were just 10 prominent lies that I told myself that I know other women are saying to themselves too. Okay? Has anyone started reading and connected to any of the lies, any of the scenarios? Now, once you start reading, you will see in this particular book, I shared 10 different scenarios. So I let you see the lie in action. I don't tell you what the lie is straight away. I show it to you. I allow you to see this woman in a situation and you see the lie. You see her live the lie out. And then I share the truth with you. Straight, no chaser. I don't beat around the bush. The truth is like, bam, here's the truth. And then after I show you the lie, I tell you what the truth is. Then I ask you a few questions that I expect you to actually sit down and answer that will help you identify that lie in your own life and prayerfully begin to work your way through it and out of it. Okay. Now I'm just going to keep going, y'all, unless y'all stop me. So I asked, is there anyone who started reading? And if you've connected to any of the lies in the book, if so, which one? And we can chop it up about that just a little bit. So what I would like to do is to share. I would like to share an excerpt from the book, so that if you have not read it, if you haven't gotten a copy yet, I want you to kind of know what to expect. Y'all hold on just a second for me, please. Let me let him out so he can stop woofing. Hold on a second. You need to go use the bathroom. Go ahead. Go use the restroom. All right, I'm back. Y'all excuse me. He's woofing. I've been reading, but you already got me with the moving lie. Okay, got you. So the moving lie resonated with you. Let me see. I'm gonna see which one do I want to share with you all tonight. Okay. I'm going to share. I don't have time for this. I think this is a good one for mothers, especially considering we are in a time right now where our children seem to be raising themselves. I just had a conversation with Taishika just this morning. It was either yesterday or this morning. But we were talking about this idea of parents focusing on their children, being responsible for some of the negative things that kids are doing these days. And so I think this one, it kind of makes me feel a certain way, that at some point in my life as a mother, I was on my way to being one of those moms who just didn't pay attention. And I can honestly say that I'm sure there were some other times in my life where I wasn't as focused on, what the boys were doing, and what I should have been focusing on with them. And it was this idea of I just don't have time. I have 4 children. They're in wrestling, they're in football, they're in band, they're in orchestra. I got to go to work, right? I got to do all these different things. I got testing, I got all this stuff, and I just don't have time for this. And this particular scenario is one that uh impacted my children. All right. So here I'm going to share. Let me get my readers here. Are y'all still with me? Is it just me? Is it just me and Deb? We're almost done. I told y'all 1 hour is all I was going to keep y'all. That's it. 1 hour. Thank you so much for those of you who have popped in. If you went and grabbed a copy of the book, if you went and downloaded, I really, really appreciate you. I would absolutely love for you to share this live with your friends and family, other women that you believe could benefit from this book. I would greatly appreciate it. So I'm going to share. Okay, Shonda, I see you. She says, still here. Thank you. So I'm going to share the lie. I don't have time for this. Okay. Rep Grader says she's still here. That's what's up. The email sat unread in my inbox for 3 days. Subject: library conduct concern. Official notice. I didn't need to open it to know what it said. My youngest had been fidgeting again, unable to sit still during quiet reading time in the school library. I could already picture the librarian's tight-lipped concern, the way they'd frame it as a behavioral issue. I sighed and clicked past it, opening my lesson plans instead. I didn't have time for this. Between grading papers, making sure the boys had dinner, and trying to figure out how to stretch my next paycheck, a conference about library behavior wasn't at the top of my list. Besides, he wasn't a bad kid. None of my boys were. They knew how to act in school. They didn't fight, didn't get into trouble. A little movement in the library wasn't the end of the world. I told myself if it wasn't a big deal, I told myself it wasn't a big deal, but deep down, I knew it was more than that. I learned early how to ignore things. Growing up, I learned that if something wasn't urgent, it wasn't worth dealing with. My mom wasn't too busy to handle things. Sometimes she was just gone. She missed parent teacher meetings, not because she was working late, but because she was out somewhere doing what she needed to do for herself during that season of her life. I understand later in life, she was running, trying to escape. I learned early that sometimes nobody is coming. And I learned to take care of myself, to handle things alone, to push down the things I couldn't fix. If I didn't need help, I didn't ask for it. If something wasn't on fire in my face, I let it burn in the background. And now, here I was doing the same thing and convincing myself that a small problem didn't need my attention. The school called while I was at work. His behavior in the library has become a pattern, the secretary said, her voice polite but firm. If it continues, we'll have to file an official notice. An official notice? Over a 7-year-old wiggling in his seat? Something about the wording set me off. My knee-jerk reaction was to dismiss it because this is ridiculous. He's a kid. He's fine. Then I thought about the way he had been looking at me lately, the way he kept asking me to sit with him when I was working late, the way he held onto my arm just a little longer than usual when I dropped him off at school. I closed my laptop. I'll be there in 10 minutes, I said. When I arrived, he was sitting on a chair outside the office, swinging his feet, staring at the floor. I sat down next to him. "What happened?" I said. He shrugged. "I just wanted to talk to my friend. The library is too quiet." I smiled, but something inside me ached. My baby just needed connection. He needed presence. And I've been too caught up in everything else to see it. That night, I put my phone away. I sat on the couch and asked my son to tell me a story instead of rushing him to bed. At first, he shrugged and gave me short answers, but I stayed. I listened. Slowly, he started talking. It wasn't a perfect fix. It didn't change everything overnight, but for the first time in a long time, I wasn't running from the little things because I was beginning to realize the little things matter. If I don't make time for them, one day they might become the big things I can't fix. Here's the truth: you always have time for what matters. When you choose yourself, everything else finds its place. The questions, the reflection questions facing the lie. What are you telling yourself you don't have time for that needs your attention? You don't have to put that in the chat, but I do expect you to answer these questions when you read. Are you using busyness as an excuse to avoid emotional labor or connection? If so, why? And what is one small way you can start showing up instead of choosing to run away? That is one of the 10 lies that I cover in this book. And that one was I don't have time for this. Could anyone relate? If you're a mother, if you're a mother, were you able to connect with that lie at least a little bit? Hey, cousin, I see you. Sharon, she says, "I'm here. I downloaded a copy of the book. Thank you so much. I appreciate you." So if I have any mothers who are watching, have you ever been in that type of situation where your children needed you to do something, or they were demanding something, or the teachers at school or whatever, and you just were like, "I just don't have time for this. This is simple. This is silly. This does not require me to stop what I'm doing. What I'm doing is really busy. I got to pay bills. I got to go to work. I got all these things." And you just kind of push the children to the side. I gave myself a thumbs up. Hold on a second while y'all are typing. I have this screen door open for Jax, and all kind of moths and stuff are flying in the house. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I am going, like I said, I'm going to keep moseying. If you all don't chat with me, I'm just going to keep it moving because I told you I'd be here for an hour and I'm not going to hold you longer than that hour. I think I got about 6 minutes left. You said I can sit still. You can. What? Tell me what that's in reference to. Harold Bad's thoughts. You say you can sit still, so that was not an issue for you. I wonder if there's a delay because I'm getting these messages. I'm getting your messages a little behind. Okay. All right, I'm gonna keep moving because I don't see any movement in the chat. I hope I'm not missing anybody's comments. I'm just gonna keep moving until I see some motion in the chat. I'm telling y'all, I had that door open and now I've got all kind of stuff flying around in here, letting the dog in and out of the house. So this book, The Runner's Lie, there are 9 other conversations just like the one I just shared. They are scenarios. I show you the lie in a scenario and I give you the truth and then I give you just a few questions to help you work through. Y'all, I feel like I need a fly swatter to grab this fly that's flying across the screen right now. It's about to aggravate me. Okay, Shonda says there's a delay. Okay, got you. I got you. I figured as much, but I wasn't sure. I was like, I'm not sure if I'm seeing these on time or not. That's cool. Okay, Rep Grader says I'm cooking and listening. Well, I appreciate you for listening. And I also see you said everything is good. All right, excellent. Excellent. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap this up so that y'all can get back to your Saturday nights. I first want to say thank you so much for popping in for this hour, allowing me to share the Runner's Lie with you, allowing me to share an excerpt, to share with you all a little bit about why I decided to write this, why it needed to be written, what is it going to help you to be able to do. Hopefully you will take a look at this book, you'll read through it and you'll see yourself. And when you see yourself, you will sit still long enough to actually work through the lies in your own life to be able to get to the truth. Hold on a second. Now, while we are here tonight, I want to invite you yet again to grab your copy. If you have not gotten your copy of The Runner's Lie, remember, all you have to do is go to angelcharmaine.com. And right at the top, I want to say it's on the right hand side. As soon as you see the webpage open up, you'll see The Runner's Lie. There's a link right there. You click it, it will take you to The Runner's Lie in Amazon. You can download on Kindle Unlimited. If you have Unlimited, it's $0. If you download on Kindle Unlimited, if you don't have Kindle Unlimited, the ebook is only $2.99. Feel free to download it. If you download it tonight, you can actually begin reading tonight. Like I said, it is a short read. However, it takes you some time to sit down and really think about how you connect with these lies and to do the work. I stress doing the work. If I can be honest with you all, there have been times when I would I would buy these different books. I would buy all this stuff. It would tell you to do all the, and I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't answer. I would read, but I wouldn't answer the questions. I wouldn't do the journaling. I wouldn't do the work. Reading is one thing, but actually sitting down to do the self-reflection, to do the introspection, to answer the questions, to actually allow it to sit on the inside of you and deal with things, that is where the work happens. So don't just read and then gloss over the questions like, oh, I don't need to do that. No, you need to do that part too. That is the real work. That is the real work. Remember, every purchase that you all make tonight, it helps to push this message out to more women, and it also helps me to reach my goal. Remember, I have a goal of reaching at least 1,000 women by December 31st. I'm putting 1,000 books out there. So please, 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 grab a copy. It doesn't matter what version. It doesn't matter whether it's Kindle Unlimited or ebook or paperback. Also, if you go to angelcharmaine.com and you see any of my other works that catch your attention, I highly recommend that you get the other 2 books in the series, Speak with Sheep, One Woman, 10 Truths, as well as When I Met Him. I highly recommend that you get all 3 books in the series. It doesn't matter which one you start with. You can start with The Runner's Lie. You can backtrack to the others, or you can start with Speak with Sheep and read When I Met Him. And then it doesn't matter which one you start with, but every single book will count towards those 1,000, not just The Runner's Lie. So if you choose to grab up any of the others, feel free to do that. They will count towards that 1K as well. All right. So I want to thank those of you who have already grabbed a copy. If you already have your paperback copy, I appreciate you. If you've already downloaded the ebook, whatever you've done, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So I appreciate you, all my family and friends, all my sister friends, all my Speak Up Sis family. Thank you for celebrating the Runner's Lie with me on tonight. This book has taken, it's a little bitty book, but it has taken me 5 years to release it because it has taken me 5 years to decide to stop running. Yes. It has taken me 5 years to say, okay, I'm going to sit still. I know it's tough. I know it's hard, but I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to start over. I'm not going to remix it. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to do what you told me to do, Lord. And I'm going to persevere. I'm just going to stay still and be obedient. And I'm going to wait well. And so I'm really grateful for that. It took me 5 years to do it, but I have done it. And so this right here is the fruit of that labor. And so I want to thank you all. The Runner's Lie is not just a story. It's not just some little scenarios, y'all. It's not even just mine. It's all of our stories. All of us as women have experienced at least one of these lies. I'm sure more than them. It's not just about me. It's about all of us. It's for every single woman who has ever run, who has ever gotten up and just, I don't want to deal with this no more. Many of us escape through alcoholism. We escape through addiction. We escape through drug addiction. We escape through food addiction. We escape through, men and sex. There's so many ways that women run in order to not have to deal with the hard things of life. And so when I say I've been there, I'm telling you, I've been there. And this book is for all of us, every single woman who's ever run. And you're finally ready to stop. You're finally ready to start running. You're finally ready to just breathe. You're finally ready to just face this thing head on and deal with the truth. I remember hearing a pastor say one time, what's the use of being saved if you're going to be in bondage? What's the reason to say that you are saved by grace if you're going to live in bondage? It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It does not make sense. So if you say that you are saved by grace and all this other kind of stuff, but you are still lying to yourself, you're still running away from the truth, you still refuse to acknowledge what's right in front of your face, you refuse, like you're clearly wasting the freedom that you have in Christ Jesus. So I welcome you. Read the book. Read it, read it, read it, read it, read it. Download your digital copy or order the print copy tonight. Share it with a friend, right? And remember, the truth will always set you free. The truth that you know is what makes you free, y'all. So until next time, I want to say that I love y'all and I thank you and I see you later. Y'all, that fly is about to drive me crazy. You are so welcome. Yes, Harold Bestseller says, but I made it. It took me 5 years, but I made it. Yes. Hey, Tiana. How you doing, sis? Thank you for popping in. Yes, mighty things come in small packages, sis. These books they're small, but they are mighty. They pack a powerful punch. Absolutely. Yes, Shonda, thank you so much. She said this makes a great stocking stuffer. Let me tell y'all, one of the women who is one of my Toastmaster club members, she got a copy of the book. And when I went to meeting one night, she was like, oh my goodness, this is such a great book. She was like, I just saw it was just some things in there that, I really could relate to. She said, I'm giving all my friends this as gifts. Like I'm giving these as gifts. And I just thought that is one of the best compliments I think I've ever received about my work. Someone who saw the value in my work enough to not just purchase for themselves, but to say, I think that what you have done is needed in such a way that I'm going to purchase and give these to my friends because I know that they need it. Like that's a great compliment. That is a great compliment. So, yes, Shonda, they make great stocking stuffers. Also, if you are going to like Christmas parties at work and you got to give, y'all are doing your Secret Santa or you want to give gifts to your coworkers or the teachers, whatever, then the Runner's Lie or Speak with Sheep, One Woman, 10 Truths, or When I Met Him, or the whole bundle. You can do the bundles. It don't even matter. Get all three and give them. They make excellent, excellent gifts. Thank you, Tashika. She said, great combo. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Rep Grader, she says, and I got your book. Can't wait to read and share. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts about the reading. And please don't forget, as self-published authors, as independent indie authors, we absolutely need your reviews. So if you downloaded a Kindle, if you got it on Kindle Unlimited, or if you got the ebook, then as you read through, when you get to the end, it's going to ask you to leave a review. Please leave a review directly from your Kindle or directly from the app, because it will count it as a verified purchase review, which is helpful. Okay. So please don't forget to leave me a review when you finish. If you purchase a paper copy, then please take a picture with your book. You can upload it and write your review. Reviews are so necessary. Think about how you all shop. Right? Before you buy anything, you probably go to the reviews to see whether it's quality. The more reviews that a product has, the more likely people are willing to trust it, the more honest your reviews. So listen, if you read it and you're like, it's not a 5, it's a 4. If you think it's a 3, whatever, I'm okay with that. I am okay with your honest feedback. I just ask that if you give my book a 1, 2, or 3 for whatever your reason, that's your business, please at least tell me why. Right? At least tell me why. I have yet to get a 1 or 2 review on my books. I have not had that happen yet. But even if you give me a 3 or 4, like whatever, please be able to write out why you gave me that review, because I read the reviews and I believe that self-reflection and evaluation is important. I take what my readers say at face value. And the next book that I write, I like to look at the feedback that I got to improve my writing and to improve what I put out in the world. So if you choose to leave a review, whatever you choose to leave is your business. I simply ask that you tell me why you chose that particular rating. Okay. And with that, everyone, thank you, Shonda. I appreciate you, sis. All right, everybody. Y'all have a fabulous, fabulous night. Please don't forget, go to angelcharmaine.com. If you have not joined the mirror list, make sure that you click join the mirror list. It is a treat. It is not your regular email list. I don't try to sell you a bunch of stuff. I send you good self-reflection and introspection through the email. I give you like authenticity coaching directly in your email. So if you have not joined the mirror list, when you go to angelcharmaine.com, make sure you join the mirror list. Okay. And make sure you check your email so that they're not going to your spam or your promotions folder. Also, you can check out everything else that I have on the website. I have a course, I have other books. Just like, listen, come on in and be a part of my family as an author. Mwah! I love y'all with the love of Christ. There's absolutely nothing y'all can do about it. Let's see if we can get some fireworks. There we go. Y'all have a fabulous night. Until next time, y'all be good. And remember, you are not alone out here. It is okay to not be okay. Don't tell yourself lies. It is the truth that you know that will set you free. So listen, live in truth, speak truth, live the truth. Y'all take care. Good night.